Guess who's back? Back again. Tristan's back. Tell your friends. Oh shit, I'm supposed to do the intro. This week on Football Mezzanine, we look back at another exciting week in the World Cup, where the holders Germany were dumped out, Argentina barely scraped through, and England destroyed Panama.
Alright guys, back again with another podcast today, and it is giant slaying time.
Yeah, it is.
The biggest upset of the World Cup so far, with Germany being knocked out by Korea.
By South Korea. And by the way, guess who we have with us? Sejin Kim again, after... Oh my god, I remember this quote that I said last week. I think it was like... 2 weeks from now, we're going to be sitting here talking about how South Korea beat Germany.
I wish, man. I wish.
If that happens, you're going to be back on here, Sejin.
And I will take back everything I said.
Hello.
And it's also good to have Tristan back. Tristan, how's it going? We haven't seen you for a while.
Yes, I am back from the deep depths of hell, which were midterms. I'm not entirely out yet, but I at least survived.
He's back from the underworld, and he's ready for
Yes, I am back from the dead.
For some stats and some transfers.
Oh man, that knockout game for Germany. Oh, that seems like it's just a made-up story that you would see on some like shitty piece of like website where it's just making up like stories.
Like The Onion?
Like The Onion?
Yeah. South Korea 2, Germany 0.
Dude,
knocks out Germany out of the World Cup.
Dude, the final goal
in the 90th minute and 93rd minute too.
I know,
like,
especially the last
minute.
goal.
Like, what the...
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
Neuer's like, I'm gonna
hilarious.
play Cam. He's like, I'm gonna play Cam right now. And
Yo,
then he gets caught.
Ederson should have played instead.
Dude, Ederson needs to play for Brazil. Anyway, but the last goal was just so hilarious, right? Because I have a German roommate, and like it's sort of his like first few times watching soccer, and he's just like having a great time. He's like, I'm gonna go out and buy a German flag, and like, you know, they're gonna do well, and like, so he bought this massive German flag, and he's like, he wrapped himself around it, and he's like ready to cheer for them. And then like they go out and have like this terrible World Cup, and then today it's like the 93rd minute, and then he's like,
But
wait, isn't Neuer a goalie? I'm like, yeah.
No, but Germany have looked absolutely piss poor all World Cup, and Cruz giveth and Cruz taketh, because
Cruz
he saved them.
No, I mean,
He saved them, and he basically shit them. Well, the entire team shit them, but let's just blame it on Cruz.
let's just blame it on Cruz. He's the Sterling of Germany.
Nah, he's on Madrid, and I hate him, but he's a good player.
Dude, you
But
hate
still.
Cruz? How can you hate Cruz? How is that even possible? Like, what about him
sucks on
is
FIFA.
dislikable? He
He's too
sucks
good.
on FIFA, says Mr.
Sucks on me.
Heung-min
He's
Son.
It's too slow on FIFA for me.
Pace is everything.
In FIFA,
Arsenal.
you're right. Our Shrika plays with Arsenal. He uses like all the pace merchants. Aubameyang.
Well,
Walcott.
in FIFA 17,
Bellerin.
Arsenal was OP.
It's true.
Because they had Walcott, they had Chambo, they had like Bellerin.
It's true. And
Like
Germany would
literal
have
90.
Germany would have had Sane too, you know. But
If they
didn't.
had Leroy Sané, this would have been a completely different group stage for them.
Debatable.
Yeah,
because
you
the entire
think
team was
he would
shit,
have
but
made
defin-
that big a difference?
I think Germany, one of their issues was they went with experience for this one, which generally works pretty well, but do you want to play with the experience of the players that are also doing very well? And Sane he was doing so well this season, I think it was a mistake not taking him.
Yeah,
That's just
That's
my
fair.
thought.
That's
Another
fair.
example of a team which like valued experience would have been Argentina, and we saw how they did for the first two games. They barely pulled through for the last game.
Oh yeah, I was actually surprised. I was banking on Nigeria winning that one.
Yeah.
Not banking on it, but I thought they were going to win that one.
I was
No, but I
so
think
happy
the-
when they won. Yo, I went nuts. But
the problem is with this German squad, like you guys said, they're too reliant on experience. If we look back to 2014,
I don't really
there
think
was a clear
that's
mix of youth and maturity with Lahm, Schweinsteiger, Klose. But you also had the new guard with like Götze, Royce. I mean, Royce unfortunately didn't play, but you had the new players coming in. But this time it feels like the squad
I don't think
is
it's
essentially the same.
like I don't think experience is the issue. I think it's complacency. Because I mean, a lot of teams can do well with experienced players. Like you look at who won the Champions League, like Real Madrid.
Well,
they all won it on experience. But it's just that I feel like they got really complacent this year. They thought it would be really simple.
Well, here's the catch. I actually wanted to build on that, Ange. I mentioned in the Champions League, the reason I picked them right from the very beginning was mainly experience, and that works when you have a limited option team, but when you can choose from your whole country and you can actually take players that are in form, that may not have as much experience, but that are at the top level, that are in form, with the World Cup, I think that's where you kind of get a combo of both, and you try and get some of your really in-form top players. And that's why I think not picking Sane was one issue. I don't think he would have made the difference between them like making it or not, but I think it would have made a big difference, or at least a difference.
I don't necessarily agree with you on the part where you can pick from your entire country, because I think club competition is completely different, and experience helps in the club stages because you're playing with the same group of players for 3 or 4 years. But with this German side, unlike the German sides of the past, it's not just Bayern, it's not just Dortmund. You have players coming in from other. If you looked at the core from the last German team, it was Bayern, right? So I think that's predominantly why they did as well as they did. And this time, they're facing the similar issue where they're getting players. They have too many players to choose from, and it's just not gelling.
I don't know. I feel like there's
But most of their squad is from Bayern, though.
Not this time around.
like no, not this time around. Like Stricker is right about that, but I don't really know if that's really that big of a problem. I feel like it's a factor, and I feel like there's many factors, but I think the biggest one is that they didn't have the will. It didn't seem like they had the will in the game to really fight for every ball like you would expect a German team to. Like, that's just based off what I noticed.
And maybe it's also that it's not blaming Lowe in any sense, but like when you have a manager for so long, I guess you need a refresh in tactics and like just philosophy together, and maybe that could have been one of the factors.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of national teams this World Cup who were expected to blow teams away haven't. Like, you have France, you have Germany, you have Argentina, you have even Brazil. Like, they've all sort of underperformed, and it's weird.
I think this comes back to like how World Cup, everything comes down to cohesiveness. And when you have all these teams with key players, big flashy players, especially Argentina, like it shows that cohesiveness, which we've seen through like whether it be Croatia, was another big underdog team, Sweden, we did not expect topping the group stage. And now they've come, that when it comes to world class stage, that when you have a less of a top class group of players, because you have them for a longer period of time, or because they're more humble, maybe that may be why they're able to be more.
Stay humble.
Yeah.
Nobody pray for me. Okay, no one continued it. All right, that's fine. A word for South Korea, Seijin?
Actually, you know what? I kind of want to revoke a bit of my statement. I started looking at the players, and I noticed for Germany, a lot of them are actually pretty much on the young side. And if you actually rank all of the teams by their average age...
But yeah, Germany has a really young average
Germany
age.
is the 6th youngest with 27.1 years old. So you know what?
Wow.
That might be part of the reason, just with the amount of young players they included in this. So that might be one of the reasons why.
Is that the team or is that the starting 11?
It's
I
the
think
squad.
this is the team, the whole squad, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it makes a big difference. Like, literally all you have is Nigeria, France, England, Tunisia, and Serbia that are in front. Everyone after that is all older average age. I mean, a lot of the teams are minimal. It could be just within a year, but still, there's a lot of newcomers that I've noticed, at least compared to last World Cup.
But all the players on the German team, they're so strong. Like we have just going off of Google, we have Ozil, Mueller, Royce, Kroos, Gomez, Hummels, Boateng, Khedira, Draxler, Kimmich, Ter Stegen, Gundogan, Hector, like Rudiger. Like, we're talking about some top class players, but why aren't they able to like perform at the level that they do in their club leagues? probably comes down to cohesiveness.
Yeah, and cohesiveness, chemistry is it's a really rare thing that you come across on an international team full of top class players that actually play well together. It's really rare if you look at it, you know. I'd say the only team that have managed it so far, sort of, are Brazil. Like a really top class team that seems to play well together. Yeah, and Croatia too, I'd say so. Like, I'm just talking about superstar teams. So it's really rare that you come across a superstar team that also manages to blend their players in a system together that works well for everyone. Because, like, international coaches only have, like, a matter of, like, 2-3 weeks, you know, during, like, the entire year to get this team working together. So it's really difficult. Like, that part of it is important, too.
And that's why Germany's been so dominant in the past World Cup and the ones prior, because most of their players have all been from Bayern, so they play with each other most of the time. So when they go to World Cup time, it's really just mostly their club team with a few new players. But on this one, a lot of them were actually from a little bit all over, so it's a little bit harder then to build that chemistry.
And in terms of how most of their goals against were from, it was just all counterattacks, you know? It's like they couldn't decide how many people to leave behind when they were all attacking. It's like they didn't know what to do between the transitions, and it's like that's probably a factor why, you know, because they're all different leagues, different players, different playing styles at their clubs. So yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, like, aside from, I guess, that group was probably the most interesting group that we have seen, because this World Cup had, I think, a couple of groups that went down to the very last day, where the table wasn't decided. I think we had the Iceland group and today's group, and I really like the fact that all the games were going on at the same time, and that really adds to the excitement, because you could see the Mexican fans celebrating on their phones, like they're checking, what's the score, and then
how about those Swedish fans?
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's so lit.
Claiming top spot in Group F.
Dude, like, that was not expecting.
And Zlatan Ibrahimovic less Sweden.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, and without Ibra.
Congrats to them. And, like, what's crazy was, like, at one point, Mexico were on the verge of going out. Because if Germany scored one goal, Mexico would have out.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And, like, it's crazy to think that
Korea was still mathematically in.
No, I don't think so.
No, we can't. Unless...
No, I mean, no, mathematically, like, unless Mexico scored 3 goals is, like, what I'm saying, but still. Like, they weren't out till the, like...
Oh, no. The only way Korea could have won is if
Korea beat Germany by 2 goals, and then Mexico drew Sweden.
No, if Mexico beat Sweden, because Sweden already had 3 points. Yes.
I see.
The fact that Sweden could claim that top spot was a pretty unreal statistical chance, too, because they had to really beat Mexico to pull off the plus-minus, the goal differential.
And the fact that they beat
and then they had to have South Korea beat Germany.
And the fact that you can still go out after winning 2 out of your 3 games is crazy. Like, I would have felt terrible for Mexico if they went out. You know, they've been so good.
Except for today.
Except for today. And I mean, okay, time for a word on South Korea, you know. They were fantastic. Seijin.
Dude, Liverpool should sign the goalie up. Liverpool should sign that goalie up.
I agree.
Not even
I concur. But I think South Korea today was very good to see. In the first couple of minutes, it was kind of discouraging to see that they played really dirty, but I think it showed how desperate they were to, like, even clench, like, 1 win. All they wanted was a single win, and they fought all the way until the 93rd freaking minute, and they finally claimed it. They did. And that was good to see.
And you could see it in the celebration how much it meant to the players, meant to the fans.
And
they didn't finish last in their group. Like, Germany's dead last.
Dude, Germany
That's
finished
the funny part.
last. Oh my god, what are the odds on that? What were the odds on that? Rip everyone's brackets. Like,
yeah, basically rip everyone's brackets.
The betting companies, gosh.
But I mean, I don't think anyone bet on that, right? So I don't think they'd lose that much money. Like, last time,
it feels good to be the betting company.
The last time Germany went out in the group stages, before England. Sorry, the last time Germany went out in the World Cup before England went on to win it. It's fully coming home.
The last time Germany actually went out in the group stages was 1938.
And you know what happened after that?
And in Russia too. So.
Yeah,
Very interesting stuff.
The curse of
Poland
Russia.
also shitting the bed.
Yeah.
Austrian fans celebrating everywhere. But
So yeah, that was Group A. We can move on to Group B.
That was
Wait,
Group
sorry.
That was
What
Group
the
F.
fuck? That was not Group A. What the fuck am I saying?
I mean, it was A in terms of entertainment, but it's Group F.
Eh,
Yeah, my bad.
Did you cover the groups prior to F on last
no.
one?
yeah.
Not really. We just went in for the kill and just roasted Germany. But we can go back to, I guess, Group A.
Yeah, I guess we can go back to chronological. Group A, RIP Egypt, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, have you guys
fucking-
heard
yeah,
the news?
that was-
Have you guys heard the news? An Egyptian commentator passed away of a heart attack a couple
my God.
hours after the game.
What? The Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia
was-
game?
Yeah, after the game. He was supposed to come
Really?
on TV for analysis, and he said that he wasn't feeling well, and that like he was like
Yikes.
emotionally like stirred up, and then afterwards, the day after, he died of a heart attack.
Wow, that's
Well,
pretty
that's shit.
pretty sad, and sums up Egypt's World Cup as well.
Oh
I guess.
man.
Like, what were they, like, not to be too political, but what were they thinking setting up their camp in Chechnya? Like, are you kidding me?
Dude,
Like,
Saudi Arabia
their
won a
entire
game.
FA.
The
That
memes,
too.
the memes.
That too.
And
Another late goal.
and Uruguay finished with 9 points, even though they've been absolute garbage.
I think the
Yep.
biggest story of Group A, though, is the whole Russian scandal. Like, they destroyed in their first 2 games. Absolutely destroyed the teams. What, it was like 8 goals, I think, they had?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, and then what? There was also, I heard, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but I heard rumors or these stories of how FIFA was covering up some
Yeah.
doping by the Russians
I read about this too.
because they have so much to lose or something like that on their own World Cup, so they hid it.
I read about this too. It's how
Freaking FIFA corrupt again.
they basically
Every
just
single time.
discovered a Russian
Conspiracy.
player doping, but apparently they covered it up because if that happened, they would have to kick out Russia, and then they would lose so much money in this World Cup. So they couldn't
Yep.
let that happen. And honestly, I believe it. Like I don't think they would
Yeah.
actually kick out Russia if they discovered a doping scandal. And dude,
FIFA's corrupt.
their stats for distance covered. A little bit fishy.
Oh,
Like-
true.
oh my God.
I remember that.
And then there was this moment in the Uruguay-Russia game when 38-year-old Ignashevich from Russia outpaced Suarez. And I'm like, wait. Wait a second. That's funny. Yeah, that
Everyone's on Adderall there.
so yeah, they end up finishing second, and they're gonna face Spain now, which
But-
I'm not gonna lie, I think they can score against Spain.
I just lose respect for the team and the club and even the country at that point as far as their international like
FA?
football team goes. Yeah, it's just like how can you have respect for someone after that when they do that? Like once it comes out, all your say they even won the World Cup, like it's just took away. It's taken away. You just lose everything as a result because you were just caught doping. That's the only reason why. Like there's no legitimate even if say the players played great, everything can kind of come down to well they doped, they cheated,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of
So
disappointing.
for me, it just it's almost like a hollow victory, even if it got to that point. And then if you don't win, then it just looks that much more sad because like even with all the steroids in the world, your team can't even win.
Right.
Oh man.
It's just oh.
Yeah, don't say that in public. And then yeah, so Uruguay, Russia, top 2. Uruguay versus Portugal. That should be a really good game.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
And then
Group B was one of the more interesting groups. I think Morocco were like
so
very
unlucky.
unlucky to miss out.
So
So
unlucky.
unlucky. They played really well. They played one of the best football this tournament. In each game, in the first game they had that own goal, unlucky in the 90th minute. Then in the second game they looked really good. Even against Portugal, they could have, beat them, and Portugal could have not gone through. I mean, Iran and Portugal.
Like
Iran could have gone through.
I'm really disappointed. Iran were so good, dude. They were so
yeah, Ryan
good.
should have gone through.
in that
Well,
final
they-
game.
It was so
Yeah.
sad to see them crash out like that. And like even though I'm really, really sad, it would have been pretty sad if we couldn't see Ronaldo or Spain in
Yeah,
the next rounds.
that's
so
fair.
it's like kind of a
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like a
that was a
yeah.
really, really good group, though. Really good matchups. And, like, to be fair, Spain weren't that great.
no.
Yeah.
None of the big hitters like we talked about have been great this World Cup, and we have to see if they're going to pick up form come the knockout stages because they are in trouble if they don't.
For sure. Portugal being carried, but this time by an amazing goal
Quaresma.
by Quaresma. That
Oof.
outside of the foot, that banana
Oof,
shot,
oof.
that was amazing.
What a goal! I love shots like that because it's so hard to execute. Like it's like one of the most hardest thing to do. Like to get it accurate, first to get the power of that shot, then the curve,
Yeah.
and then to actually get it on target.
That
Like we've tried it so many freaking times, it never goes in.
There was
Like
this-
it goes to like the freaking corner flag.
There was this picture of Quaresma's foot as he struck that shot that was released after the game. That just like looked like his foot was broken, like it was at a 90-degree angle. It was just like the craziest thing to see.
Group C though, not really any surprises. I'd say people were expecting France and Denmark to go through.
I don't
Peru
know.
put up a good fight.
Denmark, I don't know if they were expecting them to go through, but they did really well. Like, they play some really,
Yeah.
really good football, and it's really nice to see. You have the Premier League contingent of, like, Eriksen, Schmeichel, Christensen, and, like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, in all the games that I saw them play, they looked really good. So, good for them. But France, they looked pretty disappointing for me.
France looked disappointing, but like they're like one of those teams that can still get results from anywhere just because of how like freaking amazing their team is. You'd expect them to
I
pull
would,
out
but,
results.
like,
It's
I don't know, I saw pretty much nothing from France so far this World Cup. I don't know what you thought of it, Tristan, being a France supporter.
Yeah, I'm cheering for France and Belgium. From them, I thought it was a little underwhelming. I mean, they still got the 7 points, which is good enough, but at the same time, unfortunately, it's a little bit of a lackluster group compared to some of the others as well, so underwhelming a little bit, but you know what, I'll take it as far as topping the group off of Group C and moving on. They just got to kick it up into gear as they go and start facing tougher teams at this point.
Right.
Because they face, what, Argentina next?
Yeah, they do. That should be. I'm so looking
That's
forward
going
to
to be
that.
tough.
interesting
That's gonna
matchup.
be tough.
Very
That's gonna be
interesting.
so good. Yeah, that's
and then
Group C.
Denmark rounding off second against, and they'll face Croatia from Group D. Actually, for Group C, the last thing I want to mention is I was a little saddened by how Australia did. I expected
Yeah.
more out of them.
Yeah, me too.
1 point. Ugh.
Dude, they should have started
Peru
Tim
outplayed
Cahill. 38-year-old Tim
Shut up,
Cahill.
just for the memes.
Just for the me-
Just for the memes.
I mean, I'm sure he's still good. Like,
yeah.
I remember him in the last World Cup scoring that off the crossbar spicy hit.
Spicy. I agree.
And finally, Peru. I expect them to do a little bit better. Honestly, I expect all the South American teams to do well because they're just all really good. And they qualified ahead of like Chile in qualifying, so
Right.
they're a good team.
Group C, yeah, I guess it was one of the more average groups, but we'll see how the next round matchups go for France and Denmark. Group B, though, group of death, maybe, kind of.
Yeah, group of death. I'd say so. Croatia fucking ripped it up though.
I knew it. Like, even before, I was like, Croatia on paper are one of the most solid teams going into this World Cup because they just have such a nice balanced squad.
Yeah.
They're strong in every position. They're like a team of Milners, you know? like,
Team of Milners, don't kill me.
like,
Yeah, dude. Modric equals Milner.
hey, you're talking about the UCL assist king.
Oh my god.
The most
okay.
creative English player in the world right now is James Milner. But-
Luka Milner.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're all hardworking. They run a lot. They have a cohesive style of play.
oh my god, I'm never gonna get over that. Dude, you wish Modric was good enough to lace Milner's boots. You fucking wish.
Modric ain't got anything on Milner.
Assist king of the Champions League. What's crazy is
But-
Argentina qualified with a -2 goal difference, which is pretty funny. And they
Maradona was like, take my
Oh
power.
God. Dude, Maradona, how many fucking hits did he take before that game?
Oh man.
Like,
Dude.
taking bets.
Man was... Did you guys see the video of him collapsing after?
Yeah.
He was taken to the hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see him
Wait, why did he
celebrating?
collapse?
Oh, yeah, he was like, screw you haters. Fuck you, everyone.
Yeah.
Just like,
Like he raised the middle
flipping the
finger
bird.
and all.
Oh yeah, I saw the
Dude.
finger.
You know that Mr. Bean gif?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, he's just like flipping everyone off in the car.
dude, he was definitely on
That's
either cocaine or something like that. There was
well, the report said white wine. I'm sure it was something white, just not wine. But
yeah, I don't think it was white wine. I don't know what report said that, but
Just powdered white
no,
wine.
he said that himself. He
Powdered
said that
white
himself.
wine, don't kill me.
don't kill me.
It's like, powdered milk, powdered wine, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. It was protein powder. He was actually trying to get yoked. Nothing suspicious.
Dude, Argentina though, like
Oh.
what a shambles, just making it over.
They were so
Barely.
terrible in the first 2 games. They were horrible. There's such a big rift right now between the manager and the players. Like
It's insane.
it's so visible too. Did you see like Messi communicating with him like during
Yeah.
the game?
No, apparently Sampaoli actually asked Messi,
Yeah.
who should I bring on?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like the camera.
where is the power of this team?
The
Like,
camera
where
is
is the
on.
power
Remember
of
that.
this team?
Yeah, like after the second game too, the reporters asked all the players like, "What's your relationship like with the managers?" And none of them said anything. Like they just went silent. And Aguero said, "Why don't you just ask him?" So like, there's clearly a big disagreement
And you can
there.
kind of see it in like the way he dressed the second game versus like this game. He was in a tracksuit, and the previous game he was like, whatever he wore that was shambles of outfit. But it's like now he's just like a pawn, just sitting there, just for like the figurehead, so that he's not embarrassed.
Interesting. I appreciate your costume analysis, Shrikar.
That's not going to be well for them going into the future games, because
No.
they're really going to rely on a manager, or they're going to need to rely on a manager, especially as the games get more difficult. And honestly, if Argentina makes it past the next round with this whole debacle going on, I'd be very surprised. Which is good for
And they're
France.
up against a
So vive
they're
la
up against a very
France.
good France.
Yeah, sadly, I'd be surprised too, but oh my god, when they scored, when fucking Marcos Rojo scores a right-footed volley, dude, you know you have to celebrate. I was so happy.
Oh.
Because, I mean, obviously, they've been shit, but, like, I want Messi to go further than the group stages. I want Aguero to go further. I want Otamendi to go further. I'm a Man City boy, and
It's
Shambolic
probably
as
his
they
last
were.
credible World Cup where he is kind of of prime age.
Messi?
Yeah.
He's 31.
Yeah, you'd
He's
say
probably
so.
got one more in him, but he's not going to be of prime age, basically.
I don't even know if he's got one more
Oh.
in him. Like, he looks like he wants to retire every time he steps out. He's so sick
Basically.
of his fucking Argentina teammates. They can't do anything. Like, going back to the same thing we said last podcast, why is the manager playing fucking Maxi Meza over, like, Dybala or something?
Exactly.
I don't get
I
it.
know.
Exactly.
It's like,
I mean, fair
What are
enough.
you
Like,
doing?
I'd be frustrated, too, if I was a player at the manager, if those are
Mhm.
the tactics he employs, because they haven't worked at all so far. And apparently
No.
the players took over for the last game's tactics, and they worked really well, clearly. Like,
Oh, the players
They
took
put
over for the
Banega
last
in
game's
midfield.
tactics. That's hilarious.
Banega, the best player in the world.
he was really good, actually. Like, he provided the assist for Messi, and he sparked up their midfield, which they didn't have at all before.
I think the
rumors are
perfect
he's
thing.
going to Arsenal.
No, go ahead.
Rumors are he's going to Arsenal for.
Oh yeah, I actually have heard that. That's
Yeah.
pretty like not guaranteed, but it's a strong rumor. There's a good
a strong
chance of
rumor,
it.
yeah.
He's pretty good, and he honestly reminds me of Santi Cazorla. So
Yeah.
I don't know, that'd be a pretty interesting transfer if he goes.
Whew, chair gave out on me.
What? You good?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah. Hey, actually, Nigeria of Group D. I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
I found they played pretty well. Same with Iceland. They had greater than expectations. They exceeded my expectations basically
Mhm,
for both those
mhm.
clubs.
Tristan, I'm still
And
waiting
again,
on
they were
like,
all in on the final day.
I'm still waiting on like a couple of stats here. Like, don't disappoint.
I'll bring them when I see them, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
So far, everything's been a little clear cut.
Okay. And Nigeria came really close to qualifying too, with a really, really young team.
I mean, yeah, all four could qualify, but
Yeah,
sadly,
and and also an early end to the World Cup for Iceland, who did really well in the Euros. Obviously, captured the hearts of everyone.
right.
Like, a crazy stat was, sorry to steal your limelight, Tristan, but 99.6% of Iceland's population was watching like their game against Argentina, which is like insane.
Wow,
And the
that
0.4% were probably like babies, honestly.
Not even wrong. And like 10% of them were at the game, which is like
10% of the
Yeah,
population.
there was a bunch of stories going around saying that they were the most passionate fans of the World Cup.
yeah, dude, I love their Viking clap. It's so good.
I know.
No joke.
I know.
I see it happening and I just start doing it on my living room couch. Like it's so lit. It's lit. But yeah, so the matchup there is going to be Croatia versus Denmark and France versus Argentina. So 2 good games to look forward to.
Moving on to Group E, again, Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia all could qualify today. Brazil could have been knocked out as well, but they pulled through. I think Coutinho is running the show for Brazil at this World Cup.
Oh yeah. Also, quick
As
mention.
much as I hate to say it,
What? You're a Liverpool fan. Why do you hate to say it?
I hate Coutinho. Fuck him.
What the fuck?
Snake.
Oh my god.
I have
There
a
you
great
go.
sadness.
There's a
My
microcosm.
back pain is killing me. Oh no, I can't play.
There's a microcosm of Liverpool fans for you fans listening. He served you so well, Shrikar. He wanted to go to a bigger club. Just accept it.
Ouch.
Fuck off with the bigger club. Who made the Champions League final this season? Yeah, not Barcelona, because they got knocked out by fucking Roma.
Yeah, I mean, who won more trophies though?
Ow.
Who lost the Champions League?
Who
final?
has more Champions League though?
Hey, I mean, on a
Liverpool.
bonus, you guys did increase your numbers for Klopp's losses of finals.
Oh, true. It went on. The record continues. But also, quick mention to Germany for playing some 5D chess there. You can't get. Oh shit! No, I'm retarded. I was gonna say you can't get beat by Brazil if you don't play Brazil, but they weren't gonna beat Brazil in the. Wait, what the fuck am I saying? They beat Brazil 7-1.
Well,
Ignore-
they didn't
ignore I
get the
said
chance
that.
for a rematch. They didn't get a chance for a rematch. Because, you know, if you don't make it, you don't play them. So, fuck it.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know what I was saying there though. I might want to cut that out. That was really embarrassing.
What the?
Brazil.
Now it's staying.
Switzerland, too. Not really surprising, but they're being powered by the power cube of Shaqiri.
Yeah.
Power cube.
The man literally looks like a cube.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like, he literally looks like a cube.
He looks like a cube. Shaqiri
He's
looks
short,
like a cube.
and he's like bulky, and he's like, his legs are ripped.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm adding that
You
to
could
the
probably
quote
throw
book.
Granit Xhaka in there too.
Yo,
Shaka too. Like,
Granit Xhaka scoring at the World Cup. That's when you know it's hype.
Shaka always scores bangers though. Like,
That's true.
Always long distance.
That's true. That's true.
Bangers.
I'm glad they're not using him as a DM though, like Arsenal did.
Yeah, like Arsenal. Like, what the fuck?
So yeah, Switzerland doing well. Sadly, Serbia not doing well. My boy Kolarov, you know, I wanted him to do well.
I honestly called Serbia going in second over Switzerland. I was a little surprised with Switzerland.
That last minute goal against Serbia helped them, and also the referee's performance against Serbia helps them because
Oh, yeah.
Serbia, no, like clearly, like they should have had a penalty, I think, or
Yeah,
yeah,
they
yeah,
should
yeah.
have.
It was really bad. One of the few wrong calls that VAR has made this World Cup.
Also, the political celebrations didn't like help calm the flames in that game as well.
And I think they
So-
got fined for that too.
They got fined. They
Switzerland.
were on the verge of being banned, but
Yeah.
they didn't get banned.
What I've been hearing though is that Kosovo have been pooling money together to pay the ban,
Yeah,
which is like
I'm sure they won't accept it, but like that's still a nice gesture.
right.
Not if you're Serbian.
I'm sure
but
they
of
can
course.
spare some change out of their deep pockets. Yeah, and Brazil today, they topped the group and they looked good. They finally started to look like Brazil, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they've
still
been in good
think
form.
I still think Firmino should start over Jesus.
Of course you do.
Like, cause like he missed so many chances today. Like it's good that he got in the position to, get that chance. But
Wait, but do
I
you think Firmino should still start if he goes to Barcelona?
if he goes to Barcelona,
Or would you hate
nah,
him?
Firmino is signed for a 5-year deal. It's okay.
Oh, okay. So, okay, no worries, right? He's good.
No worries.
He's fine.
No worries. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
nah, but
I just
still.
feel like Jesus has a good connection with the front players right now.
No, he doesn't.
He
He's
does.
missed so many chances.
No, as in he plays like a Benzema type role. You know what I mean? Where he links up the play really well, and I think
No, but I don't think Brazil need that though. Like Brazil need like a. See, if you look at the play today, like they need a holding up top, and Firmino can provide you that. Because if you look at the past 2 games, Firmino has been involved in every goal.
fuck off. Jesus is better.
Jesus is better.
No, he's literally not better.
Fuck off.
So how about you guys throw out your bias?
He's
It's
lit-
just I'm just speaking out of pure bias right now.
Stat
You know
attack, go.
that. We need some stat attack, Tristan.
I just gave you the stats. Firmino has been involved in every single Brazil goal except for the 2 today, whereas Jesus has not been involved in any goals, and Firmino has played a fraction of the time Jesus has played.
That's a bullshit stat. It's not from Tristan.
It doesn't have Tristan's stamp of approval.
Exactly.
Uh,
Costa Rica, sad for them. They're out
Sad for
after
them.
just the group stages with only a
Yeah.
point.
I
They
can't
wa-
say I'm surprised, but I kind of hoped that they would pull
Repeat.
maybe
surprise
yeah,
us.
Yeah.
pull some upsets going on.
I guess if England was in their group, they might have, but not this time.
England, surprisingly. I mean, we'll get to them.
Not
later, but
really
they're doing pretty
surprising.
well.
We'll definitely get to them. Don't worry. Oh, I think that's next. Group G, because
Yeah,
we
it is
already did
next.
Group F.
No, group. Oh yeah, we did cover Group F already. Yeah.
Hey, yo,
England.
dude, 6-1.
But
Harry
the thing
Kane.
is, this is very interesting because although there is a Belgium-England and seeing who is better, you guys should look at the knockout bracket.
Wait, so England play? Oh, we don't know who England play yet because Group H matches are tomorrow.
Exactly. So second,
Right, but Group H matches are before the Group G match. Well, I mean, the other group's matches are before our matches.
Well-
Oh, true. England might not even. Yeah. Okay. We don't even know.
No,
if
no, no,
England
no, no. What I'm
finished
saying
second
is-
or-
so we'll know who they're gonna face before England even play.
no,
Like the 2 options.
Yeah,
no, we
but-
don't because they could still switch spots with Belgium.
Either way, it
No.
doesn't matter if you come first or second in Group G. You're gonna face ideally a good, like better matchups than the other groups
So-
because you're gonna come anywhere between Japan, Senegal, and Colombia at that point. So.
that part doesn't
No,
matter.
no. What I mean to say
But-
is Group H is done before Group G, so we'll know the positions
could
of
potentially.
yeah, who they could potentially face, and then you could like figure out if you want to finish first or second.
Throw the game.
No. What I'm
Southgate,
trying to say is, so you have on the top half of the knockout bracket Uruguay, Portugal, France, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico. The bottom half you have Spain, Russia, Croatia, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland. You obviously want to be on the bottom half of the bracket to make it to the finals, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and into quarterfinals you could either be facing Brazil, Mexico, or Sweden, Switzerland. You obviously want to be facing Sweden, Switzerland. And to face them,
And then
that's-
after that, you could face Spain, and you could face Spain or Croatia, and then even if you make the quarterfinals, that's like a successful World Cup.
but it's either
Yeah, that bottom half's got a much easier ride.
exactly. So you want to finish second essentially.
And before we see a draw and like freaking 10 yellow cards on each side, it's like the battle of the bridge again with Spurs and Chelsea, where like
Except fair play is a factor in deciding where you finish now.
yeah, we just
So-
need Mark Clattenburg as a referee, just
Oh my
giving out yellow
God.
cards to everybody.
Dude.
You get a card. You get a card.
Fuck.
Just watch England and Belgium both try and throw the game on each other.
Dude.
I think that's what we'll see tomorrow.
See like a ref or a goalie just accidentally throw it into his own net. Oh no!
Oh no! What happened there?
Oh my god. This England Belgium game would have been a little bit more hype had it been for something, but now since it's for nothing, I feel like they're gonna rest players, both of them.
Right,
But
and there's gonna be rotation on both sides.
Yeah. But
because
it's-
you need to keep the players happy as well.
it's still pretty much gonna be. It's gonna be a Premier League affair, essentially. You know.
It's a matter of
Yeah,
pride.
basically.
I still think they're gonna go for the win. It's gonna be a matter
Oh,
of
yeah, for
pride
sure,
on
for
either
sure.
end.
For sure.
It's gonna be a great game. I'm looking forward to it, but I have class.
Dude,
Which
watch
means
it
I
in
won't
class.
be paying attention to class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All the games, I've been watching them all in class.
Same.
Actually, in fact, I don't need to on my laptop. There's always a guy that sits in front of me that always watches them, so I just watch his
Hey.
screen.
That's me. That's me.
All the teachers too are just asking like, "What's the score? What's the score?"
Yeah.
Hey.
Um,
At work, everyone's watching the game. Like nobody's even been working for like the last like a week and a half.
Oh, man.
Your workplace sounds
Everyone's-
like a fucking playground.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
Oh,
like.
dude, it's sick. It's great.
Yeah.
Group H, on the other hand.
Wait, we didn't even finish talking about England, dude. What the fuck?
England.
Dude, can we just take a
6-1.
minute to like have a minute of silence? Actually, no. That's for something sad. Harry Kane, like top scorer, Golden Boot.
Golden
gonna
Boot.
I mean, it's not far off. Like, he has 5
Not
goals.
far off.
That's fair.
I think the Golden Boot last World Cup was won with 6 goals, dude. So like,
this World Cup has crazy goals.
it's only
like,
the group
insane.
stage.
How many goals have we had this World Cup?
We had our first 0-0 draw today,
With
which was
yesterday, France Denmark.
No, right, yesterday. My bad. And yeah, like that's never happened before. I think.
Yeah.
We've had a 0-0 so late into the tournament.
Yeah, and also, dude, a word for John Stones. 2 fucking goals.
2 goals.
Dude, he's taken over. John Stones for Golden Ball. I want the odds
Harry
on
Kane
that.
with the easiest hat trick he'll ever score in his life.
I know, right? He just sticks out a heel.
2
and he
penalties.
And
Jesse Lingard's goal though, like
that was beautiful.
Jesse Lingard's the only Manchester United player I kind of like because he sounds like a nice dude, but you know,
that's fair.
He's like quality. I like him a lot.
That's fair.
As much as I hate to say it, but
also, what was I gonna say? The WWE was finally punished. Like, all the wrestling in the penalty box, like, finally we get a penalty for that. And England have actually looked so good from set pieces in this World Cup. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And they've worked on it.
For
From
sure.
what I've heard, they're
For sure.
like on training.
Like, you can tell. Like, they win every header in the air, you know? And it's such a threat. Like, when you have John Stones attacking you, you better feel scared.
So if it comes down to headers, would England rather face Brazil and Mexico, where you have a bunch of short Latinos, versus Sweden, Switzerland?
It's an interesting situation. I think England's gonna go for the win anyway because I think Southgate's not gonna, go in and wanting to lose the game. But
Oh, for sure.
I don't know,
Why would
man.
they
The
not?
top half of the bracket, you got Uruguay, Portugal, France, and Argentina that are going to come to the semifinals.
I know, but that's like a pussy, like, look at things.
I don't think you're supposed to think that far ahead in this World Cup.
I think you
I
should.
think you just, like, no one is safe. Like, Germany fucking got out in the group stages.
But Germany's just looked like shit.
Like, also, what you have to realize is momentum is so important
That's
when you have
fair.
a tournament that's this
completely
short.
fair. That's
you know,
completely
like,
fair.
if you beat Belgium, your confidence is way higher than if you lose to Belgium, right? I think he's
That's
going to
fair,
go for
that's
the win
fair.
for sure.
I think they're both going to go for the win.
Yeah.
It'll be a matter of pride for one, and then you keep, like you said, you keep that momentum, you keep that winning streak going where your team is riding on that, like, yeah, you know what, we're doing well, let's keep this playing going.
And a word
Can
for...
we also have a word of praise for Jordan Henderson? He's been phenomenal, in my opinion.
Man of the match again?
Not man of the match, but one of the men of the match.
I see. Yeah.
It's gonna be a great game just to kind of place the teams where they stand between
Exactly.
the two.
Yeah.
Because they
Exactly.
both have
Right.
8 goals for, they both have 2 goals against.
Yeah.
I mean, England's dominated their first 2 games with 60% possession minimum.
Yeah.
Belgium less so, but they've both done. I found Belgium, a little bit lackluster compared to what I wanted, but they've both done well in the first 2. So this game's gonna be very interesting to see how they peg against each other, which will
sure.
then kind of set, I think, the whole course for the rest of the World Cup at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I really want to see how they compare to each other. Because it's always like... I mean, yeah, it's great to see you win against Tunisia and Panama, but how do you look against a good team?
Yeah, I'm very excited for this game tomorrow.
Yeah, a word for Tunisia and Panama? Nah, not really. Let's move on. Group H. Japan,
Correct.
Senegal, Colombia, Poland. Poland have looked horrible, to say the least.
Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal.
They look, like, so bad. Like,
They look dire.
Which is
Like,
the best
they
case
look-
scenario for me, because then Lewandowski's transfer price goes down, and then Chelsea can get him on the cheap.
yes,
Ayo.
sir. It's 5D chess, I'm telling you. He planned it.
This is, again, a very, very interesting group tomorrow. It's essentially a knockout game tomorrow with Colombia and Senegal.
True.
I mean, there could be an upset like today, like Germany
Wait,
versus
no,
Korea,
I mean,
where Poland beats Japan.
Poland could easily beat Japan. Like, that could happen.
Hopefully.
But Japan, I have to say, I'm so impressed by them. They
Hello?
look
Looks so
so
good.
good, dude. They look like one of the most, like, high chemistry teams I've ever seen in this World Cup. Their
And
passing,
again, that's because most of their players play in the J League.
true, and their passing is so crisp. It's like watching a FIFA team play. I think someone said it.
Yeah.
But it just looks so appealing on the eye, you know? And their goals are FIFA goals too. It's really good.
And their kit's so nice.
Their kit is so nice. It's like watching a Samsung kit.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
LG, I'd say.
LG.
So how do I quit the
and-
podcast?
No, stop. Seijin, what do you think about Japan?
Oh, I love them, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Nippon. You know the fuck the fascists, dude. Fuck Shinzo.
Fuck
Abe.
the fascists.
Fuck
How
Shinzo.
about their football team?
Their
Any thoughts
football
on that?
team. Who's that? Wait. Keisuke Honda? Dude,
Yes, sir.
Keisuke
Yeah, man.
sounds very similar to in Korean Kizeki, which means son of a bitch, dude. Son
Whoa,
of a bitch.
holy! Don't be dissing him like that. Oh my god.
Dude,
Dude, Honda's my man.
he looks like literally like
Way
an
go.
animal, dude.
Wow.
Both good and
By the
bad.
way, in
both
case
good and
anyone's
bad.
wondering, Seijin is clearly South Korean.
North
so
Korean. I may as well be North Korean now.
May as well be North Korean. He can't decide. He's trying to decide on his identity, but that's why.
Fuck Japan. Thank you.
Senegal and Colombia. Senegal look like a very good team as well. One of the
Why
better
is there not a
African
single
sides.
black team yet? Like this frustrates me.
Senegal.
I feel like Colombia are gonna beat them.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
I feel like that too.
James
I hope to
Rodriguez.
God
Do that
for
for
my
no-
school. My
Um,
prof is Colombian, so I have to hope to God that they
Hey.
somehow make it through, or else he's gonna just like take it out on
Oh
us.
man.
Garzon, gonna drop the hammer.
James Rodriguez has finally arrived, and they look really good. So I feel like
Yeah.
Colombia will beat them, but I don't know.
Falcao's done all right too.
They tore
yeah,
Poland apart. They
did, and that's gonna give them a lot of confidence. But
Mhm.
yeah,
But Senegal too look like a motivated squad. Did you see their dance video where they're like had a group like dancing training
yeah, with Japan
Yeah.
on the anime.
session? Yeah.
Oh my god, did you see that, Tristan?
No.
Oh fuck, you have to search it up.
Yeah.
What was it again,
great.
Shrikar? Like, describe it.
Okay, so there was like two things. First, there was like this Senegal and Japanese like fans came together to sing some anime song in the stands, and that was super cool. And then also like Senegal during their training, they were like instead of like normal training, they were doing like this Senegalese dance thing, where it was just like super cool. Everyone was just like dancing and training as part of training. Like it was a sick video.
Was that prior to the game or like just training?
Prior
Oh, okay.
prior to the game.
So it's
Just
kind of
training.
like what is it? The Haku for New Zealand.
Like the
for rugby
haka,
team?
yeah.
Yeah, the haka.
Yeah, kind of.
That's lit.
Except not as stressful. Like it was like a more lighthearted.
Dude, I love the World Cup. This is why I love
No,
it.
it's great.
I fucking
Actually,
love
we
it.
used to do something like that when I was back playing soccer. Our team would do that prior to the games to intimidate the other teams.
Hey, that's basically the point of haka. Like
Plus, just psych everyone up. Yeah.
It's so lit. And like I just
should be really good tomorrow. Like I'm super hyped for the game.
this World Cup has been so good so far. It's been amazing. Like
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
fucking fantastic. Everything that's good about a World Cup
Except
has been in this
Japan.
World Cup.
So Group
Except
H is still up in
Japan.
the air. Group
Mhm.
H is still up in the air. It can be anyone's finale for the moving on.
Colombia and Senegal.
Either Japan,
See ya there.
Senegal, or Colombia. It all comes down to the games. What? Not tomorrow, the following day.
Here,
Or are they
ideally,
No,
tomorrow as
tomorrow.
well?
ideally,
You guys want to do a
Tomorrow at 10.
You guys want to do a quick prediction so that
Ideally,
because the
Senegal
listeners are
and
going to hear
Colombia
this
tie,
after
Poland
it's
shit on
already
Japan,
happened. So
goal
let's see if
difference,
we're right.
Colombia move on.
Ideally, Poland shits on Japan.
They don't even need to shit on Japan. If Senegal and Colombia tie and Japan loses, they move on. Dude, I really want a black team on the knockout stage. Dude, I really don't want Japan up there.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, you can have a yellow team and a black team. Black
Holy
and yellow,
dogs,
black and
we need
yellow,
to
black-
chill.
Nah, dude, the darker the better. So Senegal and Colombia, let's get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
we're getting banned from somewhere.
Someone finds this video like 10 years later when we're all famous and like we get in like so much shit.
Race Daily Mail with the headline. Race in all caps.
Racism mezzanine.
I see what you guys.
Oh my
hear.
God.
You guys aren't looking at the bright side though. At one point, we become famous.
True.
Hey, you know what? It's a problem we'll deal with when we get there.
Dude, we'll get
If
all of
anyone's
KKK
listening, man.
and all of the Crips listening to it. Easy.
Woo. Guys, promote our podcast if you're listening and you enjoy it. Get us out there.
We're racist.
And insult us back if you want to. We're open to that as well.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
You can just expect Shrikar to comment.
Oh, wait, so what are our predictions? I think
Senegal,
it's going to be...
Colombia tie. Poland beats
I think it's going to be...
Senegal, Colombia, move on. Amen. Hallelujah.
Okay, I think it's going to be Colombia and Japan.
Boo.
I think it's going to be Japan and Senegal.
Boo.
Okay, wow, we have 3 different predictions. Tristan, you're the decider here.
I think it's going to be Senegal and Colombia. I just have a feeling Poland's going to pull something out and win it.
Yes. Yes.
Japan have looked so good.
Actually, oh wait, I guess, you know what, in that case, I feel like...
No.
You know what, yeah, I'm sticking to my predictions.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see what
I just
happens.
want Sadio to go through. I just want Mane to be in the group stage, in the knockout.
Yeah. Sadio Mane. let's
Mane
get
to
it.
make it and then eliminate England. It's going to happen.
I have a feeling England's going to edge out my team Belgium, though, just barely on
Dude.
tomorrow's game.
I hope Vardy
Yeah, I think
scores
England's
like a
gonna win.
banger.
I hope Trent starts.
Trent. Yes, man. He's going to play for sure. He's going to play some minutes at least. He hasn't played at all yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the groups. And as a whole, the World Cup has been fucking fantastic so far. And looking forward to the round of 16. There's some good games coming up. Moving on to a quick transfer section. Tristan.
Yes, I know you guys have all been missing your transfers from me, especially since I've
Definitely.
been gone. So we're going to start off with just quick rumors that are fairly confident. So Thomas Lemar to Atletico Madrid, that was a couple weeks ago. That was kind of released. That's probably a done deal on that one. Still not official yet, though, so keep an eye out on that. Who else do we have that is on the potential? Oh, there's rumors about Marco Verratti, especially with PSG being hit with potentially a future financial fair play. They have to find some ways to quickly turn up some money, so they might potentially cash in on Verratti,
Oh,
because apparently he
speaking-
wants to leave.
Speaking of financial fair play, AC Milan are banned from transfers for 2 years.
What?
Wait, are they banned
No,
from
they're banned from Europe.
You know, yeah, they're banned from Europe for 1 year.
Oh shit, my
of
bad.
the next 2 years potentially. So if they make the for next year or the following year, they are then banned, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, not transfers, just the Europa League.
but they can still
yeah.
contest it though, so that's a key thing.
Interesting. Okay.
And then
Um,
yeah, so Verratti potential, they might cash in, so that's something to look into for future. But that is, I would say that's far from strong. It's probably more like a low to mid-range rumor. Lewandowski still trying to push through a move. I just don't know if it's going to happen, just because Bayern's going to have so much money, and he's still got quite a few years left. on his contract.
He's like 30 now, isn't he?
He's
Lewandowski?
29, going 30. Yeah, he's around that age. He's still got a couple years left in him for top tier, but I just can't see someone paying like 100 million euros for him for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not that much. Speaking of Chelsea, what the fuck is going on with their manager situation?
Yeah, so they're still, see, I wish they would have learned from last season where you do early transfers, you save money and stress as a result, getting them done early in the market, but they're trying to get their manager situation, I think, settled first, and I think that's hanging up a lot of stuff like the contracts, the players being re-signed, and players moving. They want to see what's going on there, and I think they're really trying to push Conte out because I don't think he's particularly popular with a lot of the players. But the problem is, by releasing him, they have to pay his release clause. By getting Sarri, which is the number one target for them, they then have to pay a release clause for him for Napoli. So you're looking at almost 20 million euros, 20 million pounds, around that range for both of them. And I think they're trying to find a way to get around it, and I think what they're trying to do is actually contest Conte's release fee by saying that the way he handled the Diego Costa incident cost so much money for them as far
Oh
as
my
loss
God.
of the transfer
No
that
way.
they can then contest it and not pay him, and I think that's the way they're going to try and get around
Oh
it
my
potentially.
God.
But then
That's
you're looking
so
at a huge
snaky.
legal battle.
That's
a
so
huge
snaky.
legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's their whole hang up right now.
That's
as
so
far
crazy.
As,
Like, it's been going on for more than a month now. Like,
oh, I know.
Jesus Christ.
And this is where it really comes down to if he is that hated by them, the players, then they got to get him out. But if he isn't, I can honestly just keep him. Like, he's a good manager. He can do it well. But at the same time, I
feel like
I think they're trying to push him out because I don't think he's popular. Actually, in fact, Real Madrid offered him the job, and I think he
oh yeah.
I think he turned it down. I
that
don't know if
didn't-
he was trying to screw Chelsea or what, but like if he went to Real Madrid, then we wouldn't have this issue. But
Wow.
Yeah.
I think the Hazard thing also depends on whether he leaves or not. I think Hazard wants him to leave. So if
Yeah.
he doesn't, that might make Hazard leave.
I completely agree with you. So I think that's why they're really trying to push for him to leave and find a way that they can do it money-wise. I
Right.
think they're also trying to cut back on how much they spend. They did offer for, who was it? There was a recent Juventus defender, a young player. I forget his name. If I hear it, it'll catch me. They offered like 40
Sandro?
million euros for him.
Sandro?
No.
Oh. I don't know.
Shit, I forget what his name was.
Young?
It was defense.
Young?
No.
Buffon?
No, it was like a center back. I forget.
Oh.
If I hear it, I'll know.
Okay. I was
But
trying to
anyways.
make a really bad joke, but it's okay.
As far as confirmed transfers, we already know Kylian Mbappe has gone through for PSG, so I can't see them spending any more money. Naby Keita to Liverpool. Douglas Costa gone to Juventus for 40 million euros.
True.
Earlier we saw Fabinho to Liverpool. I think that was a great buy for them. Nainggolan to Inter for
Yeah,
38 million
Yeah.
euros.
Yeah. He's had a lot of time to think after not being selected for Belgium.
Ouch.
Yeah, and he's going to Inter, so that'll be interesting. And
Interesting.
then you see Leon Goretzka to Bayern Munich on a free transfer. That Bayern Munich and Juventus are two of the teams that do the best as far as transfer policies. They either get players on free transfers or are dirt frickin' cheap.
I
And
know, right?
Leon Goretzka is a huge one for getting cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
Inter getting Stefan de Vrij.
Stefan de Vrij, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, on a free transfer. I think that's a great
From
pickup.
Lazio.
Great pickup as well.
Yeah.
And Fred got confirmed for Manchester United, 32 or 59 million euros, I think, around that range.
With another piano transfer video.
I think that's a good pickup for them. That's a lot of money though, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he gets put in there.
You might ease some pressure off Pogba in the middle of the pitch. No,
Why
actually.
did they re-sign what is it? Fellaini again? That's what I was.
Yeah, I just saw that today. They re-signed
Wait, they signed
Fellaini.
him again?
Yeah, they re-signed him.
Wait. Like re-signed or like contract extension?
Either way, they extended or they signed him again. It's one of the two.
No, they signed him again because he was out of contract.
No
Well, he's
way. That's
gonna-
so funny. What the
Yes.
fuck? So it's like they let him go and they're like, wait, we want you back.
Yeah.
I think what I'm thinking is for his part, I'm thinking he doesn't care too much about playing, especially as he's getting up in the years now. So it's like he gets a big amount of money to really only be a part player. And as far as
Honestly.
Man U goes, if you need a big guy in the middle that you can throw in at one point, he's
Yeah.
that man. So I think it's kind of more of a tactical move for them.
For sure. And like he's realized that he cannot play but still get into the Belgium squad. So he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Yeah.
fine, okay.
And you see Emre Can, we already knew this, but he's gone to Juventus, free transfer.
Finally. Oh my god, this saga has been going on for like 10 months, I swear.
But for Arsenal, though, Bernard Leno. Or
Oh,
Bernard,
true.
yeah, Bernard Leno,
They have a
25 million
decent
euros.
goalkeeper.
That is a
Yep.
great pickup.
That is a
26
great
years
pickup.
old, 25 million euros. That is a very good pickup.
And he's a good goalkeeper. He's really good.
I'm
So-
surprised he's
Yep.
just gone to like a major club now at this point.
Yeah.
But
I'm
who's
surprised he's
Arsenal
doing
going to leave out then? Czech and Ospina are still there. So
I
who's
mean,
gonna
he's going to leave
Czech?
out Czech. Czech is
Yeah,
getting old.
it's Czech and Leno. I think what they want to do is Czech might play a little bit more of the games, but they're going to phase in Leno. I think that's their whole goal. They might use Czech to help
Interesting.
train him too. Like he's already good, but
Interesting.
Czech can probably provide a little bit, right?
Like Czech didn't have the
Right.
best season last season either, and he's 36, so I wouldn't be surprised if Leno starts now.
And you
Yeah,
got
maybe Czech could be looking at a move to the MLS too.
And Ospina
Maybe.
should leave, I think, because Ospina is not going to get any game time now.
you also have a couple other ones. You have Lichtsteiner, free
True.
transfer
Yep.
to
True.
Arsenal. I think that was another great pickup. He went from Juventus, I think.
I don't know about that. Like, he's 35.
A free transfer. If he does one good year, it already pays off, right?
Fair enough.
I guess.
Fair enough.
Even if he plays even if he's just a sub player, but he's a decent sub to defense to cover for them, I think it's already worth the money at that point.
Fair
It's
enough.
free transfer, right? All they have to do is the salary.
Yeah.
Another big one, though, I thought this was interesting. Mattia Perrin to Juventus for 12 million euros. I think that was a great pickup because I think they're trying to get him to be the future Buffon.
Wait, Tristan.
Yeah.
Can you find a player that you don't think was a great pickup?
I've just been naming the good ones or the big ones.
It's
but,
just funny. You said it every time.
Fellaini.
Okay, fair enough.
They should have got rid of him.
Fair enough. Okay.
But do you have Justin Kluivert from
what?
Ajax or something? He's
Yeah.
to Roma.
No way.
17 million euros.
Yo, that guy's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw Javier Pastore go to Roma to kind of take over the spot from Nainggolan
Yeah,
that was
good.
left.
He needs some game time. He should have maybe went to this Argentina squad, but he didn't get enough game time. And also in terms of City, they've been hanging on Jorginho and Mahrez for the past 4 years. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's ever gonna be finished. But if it does, Jorginho is a great pickup, as someone might say. And Mahrez still I have the same thoughts about him. I don't know if we need him, but if we get him, great. But yeah, that's from the Man City side.
Yeah, and the last one actually was this whole freaking transfer back and forth between Arsenal and Deulofeu.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's gone to Watford, right?
Yeah.
For 11.5 million pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I find it ridiculous how they keep bringing him back and forth. They'll ship him out, bring him back, ship him out.
Wait, Arsenal?
No.
Yeah, Deulofeu used to be at
No, he's gone to
Everton,
Watford
then
from Barca.
Watford.
Yeah, but I thought you said Arsenal.
Oh,
No,
maybe
no,
I
no.
did. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, no, between Barca
Oh, okay.
and him, just back and forth. But anyways, good pickup by Watford. I'm sure there's some sort of buyback clause in there as well. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
But that kind of rounds out all of the transfers so far. We still have the major ones.
But yeah, we should be seeing more after the World Cup ends anyway.
definitely.
So that should be interesting.
With
Once
inflated,
the World Cup hypes.
yeah, with inflated transfers and lowered transfer prices as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I never understood that. Just one competition like that, just inflate someone's transfer. The one I can think of is James Rodriguez right
Yeah.
after the World Cup.
Yeah.
Real Madrid dropping the same amount of money that Suarez went for, basically.
Yeah, it was insane.
Mhm.
So Real Madrid's waiting for the next big player who pops up this World Cup. Except all of them have been from Real Madrid, so...
They're just gonna start buying Swiss players.
Shaqiri for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
From
Shaqiri to
Stoke.
Liverpool.
From
100
Stoke to Real
million
Madrid.
euros.
Stoke's gonna get rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's about it for transfers. Looking forward to the games tomorrow.
I think we already did.
Should be very interesting. Yeah, man. England go on, win. It's coming home.
It's
know.
coming home.
Yeah.
Way too quiet.
Just-
Way too quiet.
Okay. I think that covers it for this
Yeah.
week. Thanks a lot for listening this far, if you have. And if you have, then clearly something's working for us. And if you think it is, then promote our podcast. Like it, comment on it, send us a message. Just do
Show your
something.
friends.
Yeah. Show us that you're listening. It helps us a lot. And we're on a bunch of platforms. Thanks to Stajan, we're on many more now as well, which we'll post in our YouTube description.
And a fun fact, if you tell your Apple HomePod, play Football Mezzanine, it will play. Coming soon to Google Home.
Yo.
Sponsored. And I mean, yeah, we're sponsored. We're sponsored by Udacity, Great Courses Plus. No, we're not. That's just a really...
I wish we were.
Yeah. Sponsor us, please, if you're someone big listening. Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah, that was this week. Thanks for listening. I'm Anch.
I'm Shrikar.
I'm Tristan.
And I'm the Japan-hating Seijin Kim.
Peace.
Peace.
See you guys.